What's up, YouTube? This is Titan, aka T. If you're following me on social media, in this video, I'm going to give you guys two stocks that I am currently trading and that I am interested in, and I'm going to give you guys the levels that I am looking out for heading into this week and so on. So, if you like the idea of that, you like the sound of that, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get straight into it. So, the first stock that I am looking at is Amazon. Amazon looks absolutely amazing. If you haven't figured it out by now, I am bullish on the market until shown otherwise. But Amazon looks absolutely amazing. Looking at the daily chart, we have a bounce off the daily trend line. That is this blue line heading up. We have one bounce, we have one rejection, two rejection, and then we have kind of a third rejection here. So that's my first confirmation. I'm all about confirmations when it comes to trading stocks. The more confirmation I have, the more confident I am trading, and the more I look into getting to these trades. Right now, we are in a 170 contract for February 9th, heading into Amazon earnings. And yeah, so let's get more into it. First, we have our first confirmation bouncing off the daily, and then we have our second confirmation. Look at this pattern here. We have a morning star pattern on the daily chart. Now, you don't necessarily have to take this as a confirmation. I understand that a lot of people like their confirmations as far as patterns go to go against the trend. So typically, if you got like a bullish engulfing pattern, you want it coming off a downwards trend. I'm going to take this as confirmation and I'm just going to run with it. So far, it is working out. So I'm just going to take that. Okay. So again, you don't have to take it as confirmation, but if you want more, I got more. All right. So first confirmation for me personally, triple bounce off the daily trend line going up, and then we have a morning star pattern. Looking at the weekly chart. All right, looking at the weekly chart. Let's get rid of this. Looking at the weekly chart, as you guys can see, we have broken out of our supply and demand zone here. Okay, so what I was looking for as far as the weekly chart is that once we broke out the supply and demand zone, I was looking for a retest, and we got that retest here, and then we just broke down. I was wanted a green candle after this retest. We didn't get that right away, so luckily I didn't jump in. But we got a retest all the way down here to our daily trend line, and then we rejected the daily trend. I believe this is some type of pattern. I'm not sure what it is, but regardless, it doesn't matter because we are breaking out our weekly supply and demand zone once again. If Amazon, if Amazon breaks above 156.5, 157, I would say 157 to be safe. If it does one of these moves where we break, retest, and go higher, or we just, somehow just m- mount back and forth, like consolidate here, I'm going to add more contracts. Okay. So given the market Monday, if we do typically, I mean, not typically, but if we do somewhat, gap up and hopefully we get above 156, 157 range and mount it in the morning, I'm definitely adding more contracts. All right. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. Okay. So as far as my targets go, again, we have 170 contracts heading into February 9th. As far as my targets go and how I got them, I don't know why no one's using these. Like, as far as Forex go, everyone uses the projection tool, but as far as stocks go, no one uses this. Everyone keeps saying levels, levels, levels. This accounts for all of that. It accounts for levels, it accounts for volume, it accounts for the 200 SMA, it accounts for whatever you put on your chart. So the fact that people aren't using this tool, I don't understand. So my target as far as Amazon is about 167, 166 as far as long term goes. I wouldn't even be surprised if this thing heads all the way to 200. I mean, we're talking about Amazon here. Not only that, but Amazon is just lagging behind the market. The market is going absolutely insane, and Amazon is taking its precious time. So, again, if it breaks this weekly level of around 157, is going to take off. I believe it's going to take off. Okay. So my first target is 160. Well, actually, my first target is 160. And then my second target, based off the weekly, is 165, 167. We'll say 170. Okay. Any higher than that wouldn't be surprising. Okay. We're talking about Amazon here. All right. How did I get my other targets? As far as the other targets, I got it off this morning star pattern. Again, I just used the projection tool. Okay. So about 157, 158, okay, is the next target. I'm going to say 160. I honestly think once we break this level, we're just going to go absolutely insane. And yeah, so those are my targets. Those are my confirmations. The more confirmations I have, the more confident I am in trading, and the more likely they are going to hit. Okay. So as you guys can see, we're under this level. I wouldn't be surprised Monday we gap above this level. But if the market does need a cool off, I also wouldn't be surprised about that either. Now, worst case scenario, we just do one of these moves. As far as Amazon go, we just, you know, retest one more time and then we break higher. Okay. That can potentially happen. If that does happen and we just so happen to get some type of confirmation and we just, you know, maybe get a green candle down here, I may I may add a contract. Okay. That's just me. Do your own due diligence. Okay. That's my thoughts on Amazon. 160, 165, 170, 200 max. Okay, for me. All right. Next stock I'm looking at is Apple. Apple. This thing looks absolutely just beautiful. Just like Amazon, this thing looks beautiful, and is just like Amazon, it is lagging behind of the market. I mean, these stocks need to catch up. Amazon and Apple needs to catch up. So my first confirmation, again, we do confirmation around here. The more confirmation, the better. Is historically Apple runs up into its earnings. Okay, it's usually like 1 week or 2 weeks out, but Apple historically runs up into its earnings. Okay, feel free to look back, but that's usually what happens. Actually, we can just look back now. Okay, as you guys can see here, earnings was running up all the way to its earnings. Okay, here as well, it's either going to do one or the other. So it ran down all the way to its earnings, but after that, after earnings, it started to recover. Okay, actually, what day was this? Oh, it just gapped down. Okay, but again, another one here. What happened? Apple ran up all the way to its earnings, like a few weeks out. Okay, you guys get the idea, right? Okay, so come on, come on. All right, so you guys get the idea, right? That typically Apple is either going to do one or the other prior to earnings. Majority of the time, it does run up until its earnings. Why? Because I guess people expect Apple to do great things for its earnings. But regardless, let's get into more confirmations. Double bottom, okay? Double bottom here. So double bottoms, I'm aware double bottoms aren't confirmed until they break the neckline. Well, what happened here? We gapped up and we absolutely destroyed the neckline of this double bottom. Not only that, we have a double bottom off the 200 daily SMA. Like, what more do you want off that? So, I alerted this around 183 in Discord, and I mean, look where we are now. It's just absolutely beautiful. Then I added more contracts at around 187 break. So we broke 187, and then we mounted it. It was like 186.3 really, but 186.3, 187 is where we added more contracts. So we're currently up a decent amount on these. And then we broke not only that, but we broke our 4 hour trend line. So the yellow trend lines are 4 hours or 2 hours. And we broke our weekly resistance, which is this red line here on the neckline. So, I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. So, as far as my levels go, so actually, let's look at the weekly real quick. I don't think we looked at the weekly. I mean, look at the weekly as well. Look at this weekly chart. We are bouncing off the 200 SMA on the weekly chart, and we have broken above the weekly resistance level, which is the neckline on the double bottom on the daily chart, and we broke above 4 hour. Like, come on, come on, guys. All right, come on. Are you paying attention here? This thing looks prime. Okay, it looks absolutely beautiful for more upside. Okay, on multiple time frames, you just can't beat it. Okay, you just can't beat it. If this just magically somehow loses, maybe the market just crashes Monday or something, I just wouldn't be mad because I couldn't even figure out what I would have done wrong. All right, that's just how crazy this looks right now. So as far as targets, we're going to use our projection tool again. Again, if you don't know when to take profit and you're not sure to take profit, when to take profit, and you have a solid strategy, okay, a solid trading strategy, use this. Okay, it works. Okay, it works on the forex side. Why it's not used on the stock side, I have no clue. Eventually, people will catch on. They'll watch my videos and be like, "Oh, so remember who put it out there first?" Okay, so 195 is my first target on Apple. Now, what I like to do is take $1 off my target, so 194, because I understand the market likes to tease a lot of targets. But 195 is my first target on Apple. And then um my second target is, again, using the projection tool. This thing is so good. It's so good. My second tool, I mean not tool, second target is 205. 205. It actually says 207, 206, but we're going to take $1 off and we're going to say 205. Again, would you be surprised if Apple broke 200? That's the question there. Think about it like that. Even if you don't believe in the projection tool, if you're just like, I don't know about that, no one's ever used that, or no one talks about that, would it make sense for Apple to reach 200? Is what you have to think to yourself. Given the current market and how Apple's lagging behind, does it make sense for Apple and even Amazon to make it to 200? Okay, even if you don't believe in it. Okay, not only that, but look where the projection tool is ending at. It's ending at my weekly trend. It's ending there. It's actually supposed to go further back. Hold on. I mean, come on. It's ending there. It's basically ending there. It's supposed to go here. So I don't know what more you want. If this isn't convincing enough for you, I just don't know. You might have to follow another YouTuber. But this is what I'm looking at. These are the stocks I'm looking at. If you want my signals as far as stocks, crypto, Forex, I do it all. My chart setup, all that fun stuff. Link is in the description below. The Discord is $25 a month. And if you want my charts or my indicators, feel free to check out the link in the description below. Chart Prime. They have absolutely amazing indicators. I haven't looked at them all, but they are so far I'm just loving it. So absolutely try it out. And until next time, have a good one, traders.